Hi everyone, this was filmed during the lockdown of 2020 where it's really hard to get a lot of the ingredients like flour, eggs and things. So we come up with a plan to bake a cake. Now I tried a few different ones with biscuit based cakes, but this one is the best. It is the Biscoff lockdown biscuit cake. Right, so we're going to start off. We've got 3 packets of biscuits. Use the own brand ones from the shop. They're just the same when you're making something like this. We've got 550 of milk and we're going to use 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So, can you believe a cake is going to be just these minimal ingredients? So the first thing we're going to do is use a food processor. If you haven't got a food processor, use a bag and a rolling pin and bash those biscuits up till they crumble. But we are going to use this especially for speed today. Oh, I'm going to throw them in here because someone's got these out in the cupboard. She's okay for now, but not if you're having a cup of tea and you want a whole biscuit to have a good dunk. Alright. That's the first packet. Crunch those up a little bit. Oh, gonna make a mess. But that's okay because we are baking and we're allowed to make a mess when you're baking as long as you tidy up after yourselves. Okay, just about there. What I'm going to do now with the last ones, because I don't know if I can put them all in, so I'm going to put them in a couple at a time. Right, once they're all blitzed up, I'm just going to pour all those into my bowl. There we are, so all those crumbs go in there, blitzed up biscuits. They're no good for dunking in your tea now, but then we're going to make a lovely cake. Believe me, I didn't believe it was going to be these ingredients to make a cake, but it works. Okay, so just make sure they're all crushed up and there's no big lumps. Oh, there's 2. But just got all those lovely crumbs there. We're just going to add our milk now. I've already weighed out, it's 550 grams of milk. So we're going to add this, I don't know, a 1/5 I would say at the moment, and then we're just going to mix that around. Okay, just going to add a little bit more milk. Try not to splash it everywhere because I've got to tidy up then. There you go. And in a moment this is going to create a lovely silky batter. You can let this dissolve a little bit so the biscuit crumbs are a bit easier to incorporate with the milk, but I prefer to get it whisked up because otherwise you'd be sat there watching a video of what is more or less paint drying sort of quality. There we go. Oh, that seems to be going nicely now. Last bit of milk. There we go. Oh, looking lovely. A slightly runny cake batter, I would say. Okay, ingredient, baking powder. We need 3 teaspoons. Now, quite a lot, but it's still, there's No self-raising flour here or anything, so a little bit of extra to get that lift in your cake. 2 and 3. Always make sure you use good measuring spoons for measuring your baking powder. Don't go off a normal teaspoon there for stirring your tea, not for measuring your cake. Okay, everything's in there now. I'm slightly distracted because there's a fly in here and my wife is wandering around behind the camera trying to swat a fly, which is her favourite hobby. So we're going to get our baking tins. Now these ones are available from most supermarkets. They all seem to do the same one. Morrison's, Tesco's. They're a loose bottom, 7-inch. They are £3.50 each. I've got about 6 of them because they are so handy. So what I've done is just cut out some baking paper, parchment paper, and you can grease it, but what I like to use is this really expensive spray because it is worth the money. Give it a good shake and spray it in those tins. And it only takes a little bit, and those sprays last ages, but they are worth the money. Wish they'd done it in a smaller size for about £2-3. There we go. So what we're going to do now is do it by eye. We're going to fill these up with batter. Normally I use scales to get it perfect, but this is lockdown cake. We're not after perfection, we just need cake. We're going to that's it, get all the scrapings in. Need plenty of lockdown cake. Get all those lovely scrapings out of there. I think it's about even. Oh, a tiny bit behind that one. And there's enough left over there for me to lick the bowl when we're off camera. Right, these go in the oven, a 160 oven, for about 20 minutes. Dip them with a skewer or a toothpick, if you're American, or a cocktail stick. Dip them. If anything comes out, any batter, put in for another 5 minutes, but about 20 minutes at 160. So the cakes are in the oven, and while they're baking away, we're going to make some buttercream. I've got some butter, 250 grams of softened butter. Oh, leave it out for a while and it should soften lovely. If you're not, little burst in the microwave. And with that, we're going to add icing sugar. We're going to sieve the icing sugar into the butter. So I'm just going to mix this butter up. Yeah, it's nicely softened, so it's breaking up nicely there. There we are. So just going to add now 500 grams of icing sugar. We're going to sieve this in so we have no lumps of sugar in there, although I never wondered what there would be with a problem with lumps of sugar in anything. So, I should have done half a bag at a time. There you are, sieve that through nicely. Here we go. Pretend you're at an 80s rock concert or something now. There we are. We're going to mix all that up. Usually I would use my electric mixer for this, but I just thought I would try and create some dry ice around here with this and create a load of mess so I've got something to do later on. It's kind of a bit boring during Corona time, so give us something to do. Okay, that's breaking up lovely now. A lot easier with a mixer, but so it gives us something to do. When you've got it to the usual sort of buttercream consistency, we're going to add half a jar of Biscoff. It might be a little more than half a jar. We'll see how it goes. So we're going to get the Biscoff spread and add this in. If you were making this cake and you couldn't get hold of the Biscoff spread, just make normal buttercream. We could add a really strong shot of coffee. Make a coffee. Yeah, it's over half I've used. You can make a coffee buttercream, could go nicely with it. We're just going to mix that in to the buttercream. Try not to make a noise with this bowl. Just going to scrape the bowl down, get all that loose butter, and for the last mix, and then we should have a lovely frosting to go on our lockdown Biscoff cake. Okay, and that's the sort of consistency we're looking for. So leave that, and in about we'll put that on a lovely cake. Okay, I think they're done now. Let's go have a little look. Ooh. Oh, they look great. There we are. Leave those for about 5 minutes in the tins to cool, and then take them out and put them on the cooling rack and give them a good hour before we put the buttercream on. We're looking forward to having these. Okay, these are about an hour now to cool, and they're looking lovely. A little bit of a dome, but we're not looking for perfection yet. We're just looking for cake. So I'm just going to get a cake stand, pop this on, and that is going to be my center one. And now I'm just going to get my delicious, because I have a little taste of this, delicious Biscoff flavoured buttercream. Get yourself a good old dollop on there, and perhaps a little bit more. Just going to spread this out now. Oh, doesn't that look lush? And as I said, it tastes lush as well. So I'm going to get some more. Spread this out over those lovely sponges. Just give it a twirl. Check that that's all spread out nicely. And just going to get the top tier, cake layer, sorry. Oh, a little bit. And the sides there, make sure it's all filled out. Now for the top. Now I'm not going to quite use all the buttercream because I fancy getting some Biscoff biscuits later and just dipping them in this buttercream and sitting there on my own enjoying buttercream. It doesn't get better than buttercream. No matter how skilled you are, if you want to make it look absolutely amazing with lovely smooth sides, that's up to you. Or if you just want to get it on, and then I haven't got my spinny thing at the moment, my lazy Susan to help me, but I'm just gonna turn this around. How does that look? Right, just for a final touch, keep one of the biscuits back and your grater. I'm just going to put that over for a bit of effect on the top of the cake. There we go. Now to have a little taste. I've been dying to taste this one. So I haven't done it with the buttercream before. I'm just going to get a little slice there, and that's what it looks like. absolutely lovely cake with only 3 ingredients. Cheers, everyone. That was really nice. Absolutely lovely. Thanks for watching, everyone.